What's good, man? All right, so we're here, man. Welcome to another episode. And we are I don't even know. I think this is like day 19 or day 20. I lost track of the days, but what I didn't lose track of is the mission, man, and why we're here, okay? We are here to make sure that not only do you crush your sales, but you actually continuously, develop in sales, man. But I want to touch on something today. And some of y'all, when you hear it, you might take it personal. But I want you to understand this, man. When you hear something and you take it personal, like it hurts your feelings, it means it is directly for you. You know what I mean? You ever hear somebody or you ever have somebody say something to you, and when they say it to you, you're like, hmm. You feel yourself start to get angry? You feel yourself starting to feel like it's an attack on you? It's because it is directed to you. It's not an attack. It's honesty. You know what I mean? And honesty, sometimes it hurts, man. It hurts. Our feelings get hurt. But this is how we know, like, yo, I'm in the right place. Okay? If you're in the place and you never feel challenged, if you never feel like somebody is coming at you directly, right? If you don't feel like that, then it just means that you are living in a comfortable place and you are uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, right? That is somebody stretching you. So if you hear me say something and you're like, and it makes you want to click off, don't click off. I need you to listen. You know what I mean? I need you to listen. This is how we're able to identify like what's going on with us. All right. And we're going to touch on this today because I don't know if you realize this or not, but your emotions are costing you a lot of money when it comes to sales. Okay. Your emotions are costing you a lot of money when it comes to sales. I was having a conversation with someone, and when I had the conversation with him, it helped me to understand what the real issue was, right? I'm giving the information to help you better so that it's easier for you to close a deal. I'm helping you to see what obviously you're not seeing. And when the comment comes back and it says, what am I doing wrong now? You're so focused on feeling attacked about doing something wrong that you're not even thinking about fixing what it is so it can make you better. Okay? I'll tell you like I tell everybody. Your pay raise is on the other side of the things you're struggling with. So if you're avoiding the things that you're struggling with, what you're really saying without saying is, I don't want a pay raise. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to keep making what I'm making. I want to keep going through the trials and tribulations and the problems that I'm going through. Okay? On the other side of the problem is your pay raise. Understand that, right? That's how I look at sales. I used to get upset, man. I used to take it real personal when the customer didn't want to buy. I used to take it real personal when the customer would be like, no, 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 right? I used to take it personal. But instead of taking it personal, right, and letting it just keep beating me, I decided to figure out why was the customer saying no. They wasn't saying no to me. They were saying no to the way I was presenting the product, to the way I was presenting the service, but they wasn't saying no to me. And a lot of times, y'all are avoiding the no because you're taking the no personal. See, especially in I'm not attacking the new generation. I'm not coming at the younger generation. I promise you I'm not. But when I was younger, we didn't have social media, so all of our rejection, anytime we wanted to talk to a young lady, we had to go get rejected. We had to take the chance of getting rejected. It built you to be different. To where you're like, okay, I went through all these no's, but wow, look, when I finally got the yes, look what I got, right? And it was worth it. Every no was worth it because I went through all of them, and then you end up getting what you want, right? And getting what is really worth it for you. So I want you guys to control your emotions because on the other side of the emotions that you can't control is your pay raise. Every time you feel like you're ready to you feel yourself getting out of control, I just want you to remind yourself like, "Ooh, My pay raise is on the other side of this, but in order to get to the pay raise, I got to control my emotions. Okay? So emotional discipline, right? Emotional discipline is more valuable than your sales script. I want to let that set in for a second. Emotional discipline is more valuable than any sales script you will ever have in your life, than you will ever study in your life, than you will ever master in your life. Emotional discipline. Why do I say that? Because without being emotionally disciplined, you won't sit down and take the time to master the sales script, because you're going to mess up over and over and over and over, and your emotions will get the best of you. So emotional discipline is more valuable than the sales script, because without emotional discipline, you will never master the sales script. Without emotional discipline, you will never be able to make the right tweaks inside of your sales script to make it fit you. You're so caught up in trying to master the sales script, right? But emotionally, you're not able to really lock into it. You're doing it and you're going through the motions, and you feel like, oh, I can't get this sales script. This sales script is stupid. No, your lack of emotional discipline and you calling the sales script stupid will stop you from mastering the sales script. Okay? So emotional discipline is greater than any sales script you can ever have in your life. You want a pay raise? Control your emotional discipline. Controlling your emotional discipline is where your pay raise is hiding. It's right there, right? It's right there. I need you to go get it. So let me share a couple things with you today. Right? Watch this. Your mood swings, because you got more than one, right? Your mood swings are costing you money. In sales, your mood swings are costing you money. So if you know your mood swings are costing you money, why would you not want to take your time to control your mood swings? Think about how many times you had relationships you was in. You had you always having these mood swings. Nobody want to be around you no more. All your relationships get destroyed because of your mood swings, because you're unpredictable. What do you think your sales does? Your sales leaves you the same daggone way, right? Your sales leaves you the same daggone way. So you have to understand that if your mood swings are costing you money, what I want you to do is I want you to think about what mood swings are costing you the most. Every time you feel yourself getting thrown out of whack, every time you feel yourself starting to slip, I want you to start looking at what is the lack of emotional discipline by going into these mood swings. What is it costing you? I want you to put a dollar amount on it. Okay? I want you to put a dollar amount on what your mood swings are costing you. I don't know about you, but when I find myself getting frustrated, when I find myself getting angry, when I find myself getting upset, when I find myself with a customer and I feel myself losing it, I always ask myself, if I lose control and I allow my emotions to take over, how much would it cost me on this deal? See, I'm tying everything to a dollar amount, because for me, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, man, if my lack of maturity, my lack of discipline, my lack of being able to control my mood swings is costing me $500 today, $1,000 today, $3,000, $5,000 today. Is it worth it for me to sit down and really pay attention to my mood swings? Absolutely. See, you didn't put a dollar amount on it yet. But if you ask yourself right now, every time I got a bad attitude, every time I felt like I don't want to hear this, every time I felt like blaming somebody else, I put a dollar amount on it. And now I'm like, man, is it worth it? No. I want you to control your emotions, right? Because your mood swings are costing you money. So I need you to put a dollar amount on it. Put a dollar amount on it right now. Right now, like today, right? The second thing I want you to do is, once you understand that your mood swings are costing you money, I want you to start labeling, right? Like, listen, write down, what mood swings do you have? What causes you to go into a mood that cost you money today or potentially cost you? right? What is it? Like, I want you to start to identify the moods. And once you identify the moods, I want you now to identify what is it that brings that mood on. What people bring them moods on, what environments bring them moods on, what music, what is it that you watch, what is it that you listen to? Now, I'm not going to tell you I don't listen to music no more, right? But do I listen to music like I used to? Nope. I might listen to like one song, maybe two songs, and then I'm turning it off because I found out that there's certain music that puts me in certain moods that affects my mood swings, that affect my money. So if certain music affects the way that I think, affects the way that I start to feel, affects my thought process, and it doesn't lead to me getting to the bag, right? Why do I want to listen to it? I'm protecting my mood by identifying the things that put me in the moods that cost me money. Your mood swings cost you money. There's people you talk to when you get off the phone and you're done talking to them, you feel a way that is useless. You feel a way that has no value. It adds no value to you. Why would you keep having that conversation? Why would you keep talking to the people that put you in the mood that cost you money? Because you haven't identified that these moods are costing you money. You're blaming it on something else. No, it's the mood swings, okay? Your mood swings will cost you money. So I need you to identify, man, what mood swings is it, right? What mood swings are really costing you, all right? The second thing is, I want you to detach your identity from any deal that you ever make. From any customer that you ever talk to, I want you to detach your identity from, okay? And what I mean is, if the deal does not go, if you're not able to make the deal, stop thinking that that deal defines you. Stop beating yourself up because the customer didn't say yes. You are not that deal, but what you are is the person that can take as much time as you have, right? As much time as you choose to dedicate to becoming better. That's it. But you have to detach your identity from the deal. That deal doesn't make you. That business doesn't make you. You know what I mean? If it doesn't go right, it's not because something is wrong with you. No, something might be wrong with your presentation. Something might be wrong with the way you explained it. Something might be wrong with your communication skills, but you can fix these things. But when you're like, man, it went bad. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad business person. I'm a bad salesperson. No, like stop attaching your identity to the deal. I need you to detach it, right? Detach your identity from the deal. That deal does not make you. What makes you is the person that's in the mirror. What makes you is how much time you're going to sit down and you're going to focus on your product. You're going to focus on your service. You're going to focus on identifying the buying personalities that work well with you, right? That work well with you. This is the thing. There's a lot of people out there that need your product. There's a lot of people out there that need your service. But everybody is not for you right now. So you have to detach your identity from the deal and you have to go and find the individuals, right? Go find the individuals that match you right now, that match your product, your service right now, match your communication level, match your style, match your image, right? But detach yourself emotionally from the deal, okay? Detach yourself emotionally from every deal. Number 3, routine stabilizes chaos. Your routine in sales will stabilize the chaos. Why? Because when everything around you is being disrupted, right? When everything around you is in panic mode, because you follow this process every single time, you stay inside this routine every single time, while everybody else is in chaos, you're following the process. You understand that this right here is part of the process. And when something comes up inside of that process that throws you out of whack, now you're able to go back, put something in place so that next time you run into that, it's smooth, okay? Your routine will stabilize chaos. When I watch this, for me, if there's no chaos, it's hard for me to operate. I get bored. When there's chaos, I see opportunity for growth. I see opportunity for development. I see opportunity to become better. I see gaps that need to be fixed to make the process easier. I love the chaos. Without chaos, I'm lost. Some of you, with chaos, you're lost. It's because you're not in a routine, so you can't stabilize it. You have to get into a routine, follow your routine. I'm telling you, it makes everything a whole lot easier, okay? And it helps you to control your emotions, because when something comes up and you're in routine, you're like, oh, okay, I know what's about to happen. Oh, okay, I know how this is gonna go. Okay. You see what I mean? Like these are the things that you begin to understand. Get into your routine. It will stabilize your chaos. It will help you to feel better. It will help you to feel more confident. It will help you to see things coming before they actually come. Okay? Number 4, the last one, number 4, short memory wins. Short memory wins. What do I really mean? I want you to think about like the great quarterbacks. Right? Think about the great quarterbacks or the great athlete, period. The quarterback, right? I always used to use Brett Favre for an example. He'll come out, throw an interception. Next possession, he's going right back to the same spot. He's being just as aggressive. He don't forgot about the interception he just threw, right? It was short. He had a short memory. So he wasn't tripping about it. This is why it wins. When you become battered, when something doesn't work the way you want it to work, you scrap it. I tried that before. When I hear salespeople be like, yeah, I tried that before, it didn't work. Yeah, you tried it on the person it wasn't going to work on. But if you try it again, right? If you try it again and it works, and then you try it again and it works, you try it again and it don't work, and it don't work, and it don't work, and it don't work, and it works, and it don't work, and it works, and it works. Now you got data. Remember, I always tell you guys, collect data, dissect data, implement the new data. So if I'm talking to a series of customers and I'm like, when I do this, it works, but it only works with these types of customers. And then when I do this, it works with these types of customers. Now, because I collected all this data, this is why I tell you, this is your number one job. Collect data, dissect data, implement the data. Because if I talk to 15 customers and I use this same line, I use this same approach, and it only worked with this group of people out of the 15, and them group of people are alike, that means that this close, this style, this approach works with this demographic, works with this with this buying personality. Now I get to put that in my Rolodex. Now I get to talk to more people, more people, more people, more people. And I'm like, oh, when I use this with this buying personality, my closing percentage goes up. But when I do it with this personality, it goes down. Now I develop it for this one, for this one, for this one, and for this one. It's called the cheat code. But because you're not collecting data, dissecting the data, implementing the data, you're not getting them results. So I want you to understand this. Short memory wins. I have a short memory when it comes to this client told me no. Okay, cool, boom, in one ear, out the other. Not the data though. The no is in one ear and out the other. The data I collected is so next time I run into that personality, I don't have the same issue. And I'm not afraid to try, right? Why? Because short memory wins. If all I'm focusing on is how bad the day went, how many customers said no to me, when it's time to get in front of the next customer and I'm still holding on to that, I got batted syndrome. I got batted syndrome. It's like somebody being in a relationship. You know, you're in a couple bad relationships and then you bring that same mentality to every relationship afterwards. Even though it's not the same people, you bring that same mentality and you wonder why nothing's working. Because you're holding on to something that bad happened to you back then instead of focusing on what needs to be fixed to make it so it doesn't happen again. Yo, this is sales. Okay? Emotional discipline is greater than any sales script. Emotional discipline is greater than any sales script. Okay? I hope you get that. Sometimes, man, in sales, we're focused on the wrong things. We're focusing on the wrong things when it comes to sales sometimes. Okay? I want you to change the way you think. When you change the way you think, you will change the way you act, and you will change the results that you get. Okay? I hope that helped you today. That's all I got for you. Okay? That's all I got. Hopefully, it helps. And what I don't want you guys to do is I don't want you guys to be information hoarders. Okay? Do not be informational hoarders. I want you to go out. I want you to execute the information so that you can grow and you can get the victories that you desire. All right? Listen, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll do it again. but make sure you implement what we talked about. All right? Y'all have a good one.